Being in relationship with what you want. When you see something you want, the tendency is to run and cling to it. When you recall a feeling you want to have, or imagine what a certain feeling might be like, your mind runs to it and attempts to cling to it. But what happens when you chase after your desire? At some point in the chase, you hit a wall. You can also think of it as hitting a store window where what you want is just beyond the glass. You end up with your nose pressed against the glass and a feeling of yearning or longing. The experience is that what you want to attain is just beyond reach. When you run towards your desire, you hit a glass wall. You find that you can't immediately change who and how you are right now simply by desiring to be somewhere or something else. It's a mistake we all make. So what's the secret? The secret to getting the feeling you want is to be receptive and in relationship with what you want, instead of the idea that you lack it and have to perform a certain way in order to have it. Instead of longing, be still, enter an in-between moment, and invite what you want to you, and then slowly develop a relationship with how it feels. If you want love, you need to develop a relationship with the feeling of love. You need to stop making assumptions that because you can imagine what love is, that you have any idea about what it actually is. Love isn't paradise. You need to take love out on a first date. Wine it and dine it. Get to know it. Be open-minded to what getting to know it will mean to you and how it will change you, as any experience and relationship inevitably does. If you see somebody you find attractive laying on the beach, you can't go over to them and assume they will match up with your expectations, though it's the approach most people unconsciously take. They try and get what they want from the other person. This is the approach. You go up to that gorgeous person laying half naked on the beach and say, "So, my ideal partner does the dishes every day, likes to dance, and makes me feel really good about myself. How about it?" Needless to say, it's an approach that doesn't work very well. So instead, if you see somebody you are attracted to, you might go over with an open mind and no preconceptions. Be willing to receive who they actually are with genuine curiosity, rather than expecting them to provide you with what you desire. Be accommodating, flexible, and humble, and be willing to upgrade yourself according to what you learn from them and the relationship itself. The principle is the same with all the feelings, objects, and attainments you desire. You must really get to know what you want and be willing to learn how it's going to change you when it comes. No experience you imagine having comes without a price. The growth and change you must experience in order to attain it. Internal growth in terms of how you understand the world and how you think, and external change in terms of how you act and the choices you make. If you don't embrace the changes you need to make in yourself, you will unconsciously reject what you want and sabotage yourself. When you try and find a feeling you want outside yourself through achievements, relationships, and objects, that's when you hit the glass wall. That glass represents the boundaries of your self. You can't leave yourself to get what you want. You must stay grounded in your body while inviting what you want into it. And you have to make room for it and treat it with respect once you have it. You make room for it by clearing out old ideas and conditions about it. If it's love you seek, or freedom, or safety, or anything else, you have to become aware of the in-between moments and then invite love to dance in that moment with you and not be in total control of the dance. As you dance with love, you will become more acquainted with the truth of it and shed your illusions about it. If you decide to take the next step, you will have to make room for it inside yourself. Start by getting rid of some old clothes, old ideas, to make room for love to move in. Get comfortable with love's toothbrush next to yours in the bathroom, and love hanging up a couple of suits in your closet for those cozy nights when it sleeps over. Most importantly, though, get comfortable with the mess it makes in your kitchen sometimes. You may have expectations about what love will provide you with, but anything you invite into yourself will inevitably offer you a few surprises. For example, you might find that as you build a relationship with love within you, that you end up brokenhearted at the ending of a romantic relationship you thought was full of love. Perhaps because you needed to grow and shed your ideas about love in order to experience the truth of it. When you follow your inner voice and invite what you want, you usually won't get exactly what you expected, but you will always get the truth, and that's a lot better. In sum, when you want something, especially a feeling, the tendency is to chase after it. Naturally, you hit your head on the glass wall of your own outer shell. Instead of chasing, learn to build a relationship with what you want and invite it into your home and into your body. Keep in mind the fact that you may not be used to sharing your home in this way, and that you will have to change and grow to accommodate it. Journaling prompts. 1. On a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being the weakest, how willing are you to make changes in the way you think about what you want? 2. What changes are you willing to make to the ways you think about what you want? 3. On a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being the weakest, how willing are you to start turning to the in-between moments to find inspiration instead of thinking you can do it all yourself? 4. How are you going to implement turning to the in-between moments for inspiration instead of trying to do it all yourself? 5. How will you motivate yourself to truly make these changes? Take action. Being the change meditation. Description. Recall the feeling of something you want being just beyond reach. Now make a mental shift to be in relationship with that object, feeling, or attainment. Start allowing that relationship to change you so that what you want can move in. Imagine yourself emptying some drawers to make room for it. Write about your experience and how you will apply the same principle to your future desires.